Welcome aboard, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, taking it to the streets every day, pulling back the curtain on the unbelievable fallacies brought to the public stage by conventional medical doctors, not the least of which is the latest trend to do tonsillectomies, adenoidectomies, and put in ear tubes all at the same time, 3 for 1, to unsuspecting children of parents who are easily manipulated. Remember, your medical doctor may be the nicest person God ever created, but your medical doctor does not know what's best for you. Your medical doctor only knows what they've been trained in, and what they've been trained in is just one small piece of the pie of medical science. It's referred to as allopathic reductionism. Allopathic reductionism argues that the human body is a bag of biochemicals waiting to break, and that once the bag does break, you cannot cure it, you cannot fix it, you can only patch it and manage the problem. Your medical doctor does not practice health care. Your medical doctor practices disease management. There's a gigantic difference between the two. Your MD, by virtue of their training in allopathic reductionism, pharmaceutical centrist, reductionistic, Machiavellian medicine for a profit, lends them the notion, the foundation belief, that there is no soul, there is no spiritual force, that the human body is a completely self-sustaining biochemical engine. Consciousness itself is a function of biochemistry. And when you're sick, your only options are to let the MDs march in with drugs and surgery, the intention of which is not to fix the problem, but simply to manage your symptoms. So we get children with chronic ear infections, chronic sore throats. What are we going to do? Well, if the check engine light in your automobile on the dashboard came on, what would you do? Would you take it to a mechanic and have them figure out the source of the problem and fix the source of the problem? Or would you simply reach behind the dashboard, snip the wires on the light, and continue to drive? Well, if you snip the wires on the light, guess what? There's no more, nothing else being brought to your attention. Well, that's one way to deal with it. It's a silly way. It's a stupid way. It's a juvenile way to do it. Quite frankly, it's dumb. And that's what the MDs do. Oh, you have a problem with your adenoids? Cut them out. Oh, you have a problem with ear infections? Let's just stick some tubes in the ear and drain that nasty fluid out. Let's not attempt to figure out what's causing the problem and fix it. Let's just sedate the child, which is dangerous, and stick tubes in the ears. Oh, that's a good idea. They're going to get sore throats, so let's cut the throat out. Oh, we can't do that. We'd kill the child, so what's the next best thing? Let's cut the tonsils out. And that's what they do. This is reductionistic medicine on steroids, 3 for 1. I don't know what the price point behind this trifecta of insanity is, but you can bet your bottom dollar it's not cheap. Remember, again, your medical doctor may be the nicest person God ever created, but they're trained in a very peculiar, very old-fashioned, very outdated, very just nuts philosophy of how the body is structured together and what to do to interface with the body when that body is suffering with a chronic disease. So they cut, they snip, they cut, they snip, and hey, guess what? You take out the tonsils, no more tonsil infections. But this, completely forgets the fact that the tonsils are part of your immune system, that the tonsils are a necessary part of your immune system, that the tonsils are there for a reason, as are the adenoids. And when the tonsils and the adenoids become inflamed, it's because something is wrong in the body. But the MD disregards this and snips the wire behind the check engine light, yanks the adenoids, yanks the tonsils, and sticks tubes in the ears. Hey, 3 for 1. Why not? And the child is sedated. The child feels no pain. Oh, and what causes fluid accumulation in the back of the ears? The MDs will tell you it's pollution. It's pollution in the environment. That's what it is. Pollution causes inflammation behind the ear, and the tubes just haven't evolved enough to be able to drain the body appropriately, drain the inner ear appropriately. Baloney. It's nonsense, brought to you by Machiavellian, monopolistic, reductionistic medicine, sold to you for a profit. Oh, my doctor says. Well, guess what? Your doctor's an idiot. From the holistic perspective, the vast majority of the time, the reason that children get ear infections is because they have an allergic reaction to something that they are eating. An allergic reaction, not throat swells up, give me the EpiPen or I'm going to die allergic reaction. That's called an immediate hypersensitivity reaction. I'm talking about a delayed hypersensitivity food reaction that most MDs are completely unaware of even exists, even though there have been laboratory tests which prove this for over 50 years. Again, most medical doctors, in my opinion, based on 25 years of clinical experience, are lazy. They don't keep up with the literature. They don't think outside of their own box. They just do what they were taught to do 20 years ago in medical school, and they do not pay attention. Of course, well, what the heck? We're going to make some money, and this is a simple operation. Very few children die from this operation. Very few children die from this operation. And it's simple, and it's going to make me some money, and it's going to solve the problem. Well, no, it's not going to solve the problem. It's going to clip the wires behind the light so the light doesn't come on anymore. Well, that's a good thing. It's a stupid thing. From our point of view, what causes the accumulation of fluid behind the eardrum? Chronic consumption of foods that the child is allergic to, and of the foods which engender this type of reaction. Most often, it is the protein contained in cow's milk. That's right, cow's milk, yogurt, cheese, ice cream, anything made from cow's milk often is the culprit behind the scenes, which is generating this problem. So, now remember, if you, as an adult, drink an 8-ounce glass of milk, well, let's say you're 160 pounds. 8 ounces to 160 pounds is a trifling amount. If your 4-year-old drinks an 8-ounce glass of milk and the 4-year-old is 30 pounds, it is going to be a lot more, 6 times as much as it would be for you. So you want to put that into comparison. Drink 6 8-ounce glasses of milk. That's 48 ounces of milk. Drink 48 ounces of milk all at once and see how it makes you feel. Again, your medical doctor has not been trained to think it through. Your medical doctor has been trained to go in lockstep with what they were taught. And if you can make a little extra money doing it, all the better. Now, look, I'm not against making money. I'm not. But I am against making money by rolling out ineffective, ridiculous therapeutics, the intention of which is not to fix the flippin' problem, but simply to manage the symptoms. So a much better strategy, if you have a child with chronic ear infections, remove cow's milk from their diet completely. Remove cow's milk from their diet completely. And there's one more thing to do. You can give a homeopathic medicine which more often than not is effective at helping to reduce the inflammation behind the ear, which will allow the little tube, the eustachian tube, which goes into the back of the throat to drain properly, and voila, the problem is finished. But you must eliminate the food that's causing the inflammation. You must eliminate the food that's causing the inflammation. And by the way, it's the eustachian tube. There's a little tube that goes from behind the eardrum to the bottom of your throat, to the back of your throat, and it drains the ear behind the eardrum. This is the design that nature put in place, and it's a fantastic design, but when you eat the wrong food all the time, vis-a-vis cow's milk, in this case, and the derivatives thereof, that little tube becomes inflamed, and when that little tube becomes inflamed, it closes up, and when that tube closes up, it can't drain the fluid in the ear. The fluid accumulates, and that's painful. So rather than fixing the problem, the MD sticks a tube or two in the ears. You know how painful that is? It hurts. That's why they put the child under not local anesthesia, general anesthesia, which, by the way, is a crapshoot, which is why anesthesiologists have to pay the highest amounts of malpractice insurance, because when you put a biochemical soup, a pharmaceutical soup, into a human body to put that body to sleep, anything can happen. So the same holds true with tonsillitis and chronic sore throats, chronic swollen tonsils, chronic swollen adenoids. Do you have this problem because you have tonsils? No. You have the problem because your immune system is working. Your immune system has been attacked. Your immune system is overworked and underpaid. What causes chronic immune system irritation? Well, life in general. Consistent consumption of all the wrong foods also antagonize the entire system, which has a ripple effect on the immune system. But the single biggest culprit here is lack of nutrition, that the immune system needs to be strong and healthy. If your body is deficient in the nutrients that your immune system needs to be strong and healthy, is your immune system going to be strong and healthy? No, it's going to be weak and weak, unhealthy. So a little tiny virus comes along, a little tiny bacteria comes along, and it gains a foothold, not because you have a throat, not because you have tonsils or adenoids, but because your body was so weak that you were able to be taken advantage of by the microbial stress. And again, the MD's solution is to just cut the damn throat out and throw pounds of antibiotics into the body. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's just paint over the mold, folks. Can't see it anymore. Paint it over. Even use Glidden paint. Paint it over. Guess what? You're an idiot. Your MD's an idiot. Do not listen to the nonsense. The solution, from our point of view, eliminate cow's milk. Eliminate everything made from cow's milk from the child's diet, in addition to elimination of the 10 bad foods, which is a generic general recommendation for everybody across the board. Number 2, 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Number 3, 1 capsule of Killer Biotic a day if you're under 50 pounds, 2 capsules of Killer Biotic a day if you're over. Get some colloidal silver, spray it into the eardrum, drop it into the ear canal, or spray it into the back of the throat every 2 hours while the child's awake. Voila! Health returns, and you can fire your MD now. Stick around. When we are attempting to help somebody with chronic ear infection, it's not rocket science. We support the immune system. And we encourage people to stop eating foods which are aggravating the human body and necessitating an immune reaction. So you stop eating food that's, if you're hitting yourself, if your problem is you have a pain in your wrist and you're hitting yourself in the wrist with a hammer 3 times a day, it would probably be a good idea to stop doing that, right? Well, when you consistently eat all of the wrong foods all of the time, your immune system is compromised, stimulated, and overworked. And when your body doesn't have enough raw materials to have a healthy immune system, even a little bit of work on the immune system, which is just a normal part of life, is going to be too much for the immune system. Going to be too much. Can't do it. I mean, you wouldn't take someone who was bedridden, yank them out of bed, and get them to run a mile. They couldn't do it. They'd die. Well, when your immune system is weak and it experiences the normal bacterial stress of life, microbial stress of life, it's too much for it. It can't handle it. So how do we strengthen the immune system? Well, we use the Healthy Start Pack. 1 Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month. And to that, we add 1 bottle of Killer Biotic per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And also, again, let's not forget colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is awesome at helping the body to kill microbes. So if you have a problem with an ear infection, put 2 or 3 drops of colloidal silver in each ear every 2 hours. If you have a throat infection, spray the colloidal silver in the back of your throat, or gurgle with the, you must gurgle with the solution. You must. Gurgle with a solution of 1 tablespoon of colloidal silver to 1 ounce of water. Gargle it around in your mouth, gurgle it around in your mouth, and then swallow it. And that's how we do it. Now, are we actively treating infections? No, because that's illegal, right? The only thing that can treat a disease is a drug, and if that doesn't tick you off, you're simply not paying attention. The intention of the stuff I talk about here on the radio program should not be misconstrued in any way, shape, or form as an active attempt to treat a disease. They are not. I talk about things that you can do. Science-based, clinically verified protocols developed by licensed holistic physicians with over 20 years of clinical experience that you can apply to support and promote the structure and function of different parts of your body. So in this case, it's the immune system that needs help, right? So we support the immune system. We don't treat disease. We support the immune system. We don't treat high blood pressure. We support the cardiovascular system. We don't treat arthritis. We support and promote healthy bones and joints, etc., etc., etc. That's it. That's the long and the short of it. And guess what? When you do it, it works. Apparently, this trifecta of tubes in the ears, cut the tonsils out, cut the adenoids out, is a big deal now. It's kind of sweeping the pediatric population. Didn't even know about it until today. I don't even know what the price point is, but it's insanity on steroids because it does not flippin' fix the problem. It manages it. But my doctor said it's pollution that causes it. Your doctor's an idiot. It's the same person, by the way, that wants you to cut your knees out instead of support and promote healthy bone and joint function. It's the same person who wants you to cut your heart out rather than supporting and promoting healthy heart function. It's the same doctor who wants to cut your shoulder off instead of supporting and promoting healthy bone and joint function. It's the same person who wants to cut your appendix out rather than supporting and promoting healthy digestion. It's the same person that wants to cut your stomach out instead of supporting and promoting healthy digestion. It's the same person that wants to cut your colon out besides supporting and promoting healthy digestion. It's the same person that wants to put you on kidney dialysis and then remove your kidneys rather than support and promote healthy kidney function. Shall I go on? Ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough. Look, this is not an MD bashing session. This is a stupid, old-fashioned, outdated, anachronistic, Machiavellian anti-medical program. Thank God for Novocaine. Thank God for penicillin. Thank God for the sterile technique. When surgery is indicated, it's awesome, and they will save your life. You got a bullet in your arm, heaven forbid. Don't come to me and go to the MD. But for everything else, stay the hell away. Because guess what? Your medical doctor is a part of a profession which is not only the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, but the leading cause of death. Fire your medical doctor now. Get a clue. Lift yourself up into the beautiful, undiscovered country of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Stick around. Let's go to Minneapolis and talk to Clinton. Hey, Clinton, what's up?
Hey, how you doing today, Dr. Glidden?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking. God willing and the creek don't rise, I'll get better. What's happening in Minneapolis today?
I just want to talk to you briefly from yesterday because I think the information that I gave you, I kind of got it mixed up, and it was for a 4-year-old kid, and we were dealing with high blood pressure. And so I just want to make sure that the diagnosis would still be the same or not. But the one other detail to this is that the kid had a hole in his heart. And so I guess a while back here, maybe a couple years ago, they operated on him. And I guess that problem got taken care of. I'm not really too clear about that until I talk to that party again to find out that piece again. But from my understanding, it did get corrected,
Yeah, okay, good. Well, holes in the heart, congenital holes in the heart are birth defects, and it's the obstetrician's fault. Any child that's born with a hole in the heart, the obstetrician should be sent to jail. They should have their license yanked. They should be sent back to school to figure out stuff that they didn't figure out the first time around because it's the obstetrician's fault. The vast majority of birth defects, I don't care what they are, happen in the first 90 days of pregnancy. And most, if not all, birth defects are directly, not indirectly, directly related to nutrient deficiencies in the blood of the pregnant mother. So this child's mother, before she even thinks about having another child, needs to eliminate the 10 bad foods and get on board with the Healthy Start Pack and selenium appropriate for body weight for at least 6 months. In this case, at least 6 months. Eliminate the 10 bad foods, 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals, and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Eliminate the 10 bad foods for 6 months before she even thinks about having another kid. Number 2, and then she, of course, needs to maintain that all the way through the pregnancy.
So the recommendation that you gave yesterday is pretty much the same thing as 10 bad foods.
Well, I'm just talking about the mother. I'm just talking about that for the mother moving forward. The mother moving forward. Because the reason that her first child was born with a hole in his heart is because she was nutritionally deficient.
Okay.
And guaranteed she's got a chronic health condition that she hasn't told you about. Guaranteed. It's impossible for her not to give birth to a child with a birth defect and her health to be 100%. It can't be. I'm going to bet you that she's got 3-4 different things wrong with her, and she just hasn't told you about them because she's more worried about her kid than she is about herself.
I'm going to ask that.
What we do for the child is the same thing I told you yesterday, appropriate for body weight.
Okay.
So
we're dealing with a kid here that only weighs 40 pounds opposed to a person that I was telling you about at 175 pounds.
Yeah. So you would give the child a quarter of that dosage and you're good to go.
Okay. Then I got a side deal here real quick. I was just wondering because it always makes me laugh, and I know that you're totally serious about it, and I'm with you on that. And when you say this is a big bad voodoo daddy, and I always start laughing because I said, man, he's got to get a shirt that shows him pointing and saying this is a big bad voodoo daddy.
Hook me up, Clinton. Hook me up. I'll wear it. You get it done for me, and I will wear it, man.
Really?
I'm a large or an extra large, by the way. I appreciate your help very, very, very much. This is Youngevity Nation, ladies and gentlemen. If you're tuning in for the first time, there are thousands of members of Youngevity all around the world. People who have become frustrated either through their own personal experience or by viewing the Machiavellian machinations of mediocre medicine doctored upon their relatives by medical doctors with their heads in the 17th century, for goodness sake. People are sick and tired. They're sick and tired of being sick, and they're sick and tired of being tired, and they're sick and tired of being broke. So people are frustrated with the conventional method. They see that it doesn't work. They know in their heart that life can't be that bad. Life can't be like that. God wouldn't do that. So they look for alternatives to conventional medicine. And guess what? When they find Youngevity, they've hit the jackpot. So they become a member of Youngevity. They give the stuff a try, and guess what? It works. They feel better. Their heart gets better. Their blood pressure gets better. Their kidney gets better. Their immune system gets better. Their knee gets better. Something improves. And it's not just a little bit. It's a lot of bit. So what are they going to do? Are they going to sit at home, lock themselves up in the room, and never talk about it? No, they're going to herald the message to everyone who with ears to hear. And Youngevity will pay them handsomely to do that, and will pay you as well. There are 2 ways that you can work with Youngevity. You can work with Youngevity as a customer, not get involved with helping us spread this message at all, just a customer. And as a customer, by the way, you'll have access to the supplements that we talk about at the wholesale price. And once you recover your health, once you feel an improvement with the program, which invariably you will, if you decide, you can become a member of Youngevity, and we will pay you to help spread our message of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition to anyone with ears to hear. Or you can just jump in hook, line, and sinker up front because you know that Dr. Glidden's telling the truth. And you can start building your Youngevity business immediately, today. And we will hold your hand and tell you how to do it. That's how we work. This is a grassroots coalition of the informed, each helping the other up the ladder of health and wealth. A rising tide lifts all boats. Going to Florida next to talk to Gerard. Hey, Gerard, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hey, how's it going, Dr. Glidden?
Pretty good, Gerard. What's happening?
I've been dealing with a few health issues for like the last 3 years. I've been having a lot of head swelling and pressure. I feel dazed a lot of times, and like maybe a slight vertigo type of deal. And given that I'm a part of the VA, like it seems like the docs don't really even care that much. But even if I even if they do tell me some stuff, they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just tension headache. Just take some, drugs here. And then the other thing is I've been having a lot of chest pressure, which they attribute to GERD, even though they haven't really done anything to say that it's GERD, but it's not really like heartburn, but it's just pressure around my diaphragm area that I've been dealing with for a long time as well. And I just have no idea what's really been going on, and I don't know if you can give me any insight on that. That would be great.
Well, I can give you all the insight in the world about it, and I will, and I'm glad that you called. But here's the million-pound gorilla in the middle of the country, the middle of the room that we need not overlook. You put your life on the line to help protect citizens of the United States. You remember the military. You put your life on the line in order to protect normal citizens of the United States. You did that, and now, are you still active, or are you a vet?
Actually, just got out about a year ago.
Okay, great. So you're a vet, and you gave time for your country. You served your country, and now you're up against a health issue. And you go to the Veterans Administration, whose charter is to help people, help veterans recover their health. They don't give a crap about you. They don't, and even if they were compassionate, even if they were caring, even if they spent time with you, and actually it appeared to you like they really did care about what was going on with you, which they do not, their therapeutics are useless. They have no idea what to do about this, and they're brushing you off. And doesn't that just make you feel really great about conventional medicine? Doesn't that just make you feel hunky-dory about the people on the top? Doesn't that just make you feel fantastic about the architecture of the medical system in the United States? No, it does not. And doubly so, triply so, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times so for members of the military. You've got to be kidding me. This type of behavior is unacceptable for civilians, and it is 1,000 times more unacceptable for veterans. There are two places you can give your life for the United States of America: on the battlefield and at the VA. You have been let down. You've been let down hard. And nobody's talking about it except Dr. Wallach and me. And everybody needs to talk about it. Dr. Wallach was giving a lecture to the Veterans Administration years and years ago, giving a lecture to them, and he told them that the only place you can give your life for your country is on the battlefield or at the VA. And they were getting up and they were throwing their programs at him. They were booing him and they were hissing him. Why? Because he's telling the truth. And they don't have the intellectual integrity to just turn the mirror back on themselves and look at their own utter failures. And they are of biblical proportions. You know how many veterans are committing suicide now? The numbers are out of control. You don't see it very much in the public press because we want to sweep that little nugget under the rug. I know what's causing it. But the VA ain't going to listen to me. The American Medical Association ain't going to listen to me. Nobody's going to listen to me. Every once in a while, we get a vet that does pay attention to what we have to say, and they help us spread the message through a grassroots coalition. By the way, it's chronic mineral deficiencies which drive suicidal ideation, which drive depression, because our veterans now, our armed services now, men and women, they're over in Iraq, they're in Afghanistan. It's 125 freaking degrees in the shade. You're walking around with 70 pounds of equipment on your back. You're sweating out bullets. You sweat more than sodium and potassium, which is all that's in the Gatorade crap that they give you to replace it. So every day you're losing minerals. Every day you're losing vitamins. Every day you're losing essential fatty acids. They are pouring out of your body. And now you're unbelievably minerally deficient, so your brain chemistry starts working like funk. You get depressed. The MDs give you an antidepressant. You know what the major side effect of antidepressants is? That's suicide. You got buddies that are suicidally ideated. You've got friends that are having a struggle. They need the healthy blood sugar pack. They need extra minerals. They need to go on the diet. And we can start to save the veterans that the VA is letting down. Thanks for letting me riff on that, Gerard. When we come back, I'm dialing it in just for you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing ticks me off more than vets having to suffer needlessly. Gerard from Florida, are you still with me?
Hi, how's it going? Yep.
All right, good. All right, so here's what we do. How much do you weigh?
I'm at 260 right now, actually.
Okay, so number one, brother, you have to eliminate the 10 bad foods. You have to do that.
I've done that, yeah, I have.
All right, good. Number two, the dizziness that you're feeling most likely is caused by osteoporosis of the skull, which is a calcium and mineral deficiency. And if, in fact, it is low-grade gastroesophageal reflux that's making your chest feel funky, interestingly enough, that's also caused by not enough calcium and not enough minerals. So it's entirely possible that the main symptoms that you've got here are two arms of the same octopus. People at the VA are going to be clueless about this. You don't ever go to them again unless you've got some trauma to your body, because they're flipping useless. So you have to give your body digestive support. You have to give your body bone and joint support. And you have to stop eating food that's hurting you, right? So you got to find either some Himalayan salt or some Celtic sea salt that has iodine that's been added to it. You got to hunt and peck for that. I found some. You can find some. I'm advising people to stay away from table salt. I used to tell people to take table salt. I don't anymore, because a lot of table salts have a decaking agent that's been added to them, so they won't like cake up in the bottle, and you have to pound it a million times before you can pour anything out of it. Decaking agents are bad for the human body. You don't really know what salt it's going to be in or not in, but they're not in the Himalayan salts or the Celtic sea salts. You got to get that stuff. Salt your food so that it tastes good. You must be using salt liberally. Use more salt than you think you need. Use more salt than you think you need. Your stomach acid needs salt in order to be strong. And in order for you to get on the other side of GERD, you need strong stomach acid. Okay, so salt your food like a son of a gun. Don't be afraid of salt, and try to find Celtic salt or Himalayan salt that's had iodine added to it. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is give your body the 90 essential nutrients plus extra calcium and extra glucogel, because your bones in your skull, which are at play here, your skull bone isn't as healthy as it possibly could, and that's what's causing arguably the vertigo. I did a really good webinar on this, by the way. It's available to insiders. Go to my website, become an insider. If just for a month, it's $20, man. You can cancel after.
I have done that.
All right, so watch the webinar that I did on ringing in the ears. Ringing in the ears. It's the same mechanism that causes dizziness. It's just a different nerve. It's not the nerve that goes to your eardrum, which is at play when you have ringing in the ears. It's the nerve that goes to a different part of your ear, which regulates your balance. So, but it's the same mechanism. All right, so the recommendation for you per month at your body weight in a perfect world would be 2 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0s liquid. Liquid. You got to get the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. You need 2 of those a month.
Actually, I had the powder.
You got to switch to the liquid calcium, brother. Switch to the liquid calcium. Finish up what you've got, right? And switch to the liquid calcium. Also, remember, Longevity has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you just got an auto ship, or if you got your supplements within the last 30 days and you haven't opened up the powdered calcium yet, you can send it back and get liquid. For 4 months with this condition, these conditions plural, I would do the liquid calcium before I did the powdered calcium. You're going to get more bang for your buck from the liquid calcium, in my opinion. All right? So you need 2 Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0s a month, 2 bottle of EFA Plus a month, 2 bottles of the liquid calcium a month, 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals or cherry mints per month, 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals or cherry mints a month, and you need 3 bottles of the Glucogel 240 count. 3 bottles of the Glucogel 240 count. That's a really good place to start. If you line yourself up with that program, I would expect that inside of 6 weeks, there would be a noticeable, measurable, positive change for you. Don't forget to salt your food. And you know what? Given your body weight, I'm going to advise 1 extra bottle of liquid calcium a month. Go ahead. We have 30 seconds.
I was just wondering, I also was reading that Dead Doctors Don't Lie, that taking actual hydrogen chloride would be good as well.
If you could find it, if you can find a digestive enzyme with hydrochloric acid in it, all the better. Or, use Youngevity's digestive enzyme, but you shouldn't need to do that extra strategy for more than 4 weeks. Arizona's up next with Marilyn. She's a new member. Welcome aboard, Marilyn. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I've been on the Healthy Digestive Pack for 3 weeks, but I'm totally confused as to which program I should be on because I have so many issues.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, isn't it? And don't feel bad because that's a normal complaint, for lack of a better word, for people that are new. So what have you been diagnosed with by conventional medical people?
Well, to start in with, I've had 2 heart ablations.
Yikes.
And I'm on Multac and Coumadin for 4 years, which I'd give anything to get off. But and then I had a catheterization, which caused a stroke in 12. And
Whoa. Why were you catheterized?
They thought I had a blockage in my heart. And so the next morning I had severe pain and went back to the hospital, and it was a stroke, side of my face, one side of my face.
Did they give you your money back for the catheterization?
No. You know what? The heart doctor blamed the electrophysiologist and vice versa.
And nobody went to jail, and there was no lawsuit, right?
Right. One blamed the other, and, So anyway, I've had that going on, and then I've had 2 bilateral laminectomies on my back, so I have back and joint pain.
Yikes.
Can I go on and on? I have gout, and I've been on Nexium for 2 years. They did an endoscopy, and they thought I had Barrett's esophagus, but it isn't that bad as yet.
Yep.
And valley fever in 2011, and then they biopsied my lungs because they thought it was cancerous, a nodule.
Yeah.
And then I had a collapsed lung from that.
Oh my God.
So I have so many doctors that I could really fire.
Yeah, I get it 100%, and I just have to wonder out loud, at what point in time we as a group of human beings culturally are just going to say, look, enough is enough. I mean, I wonder if that's going to happen in my lifetime. I don't know.
But
I really don't know. But I mean,
when you have pain, what are you supposed to do?
Well, but I mean, look at you. I mean, there. How many millions of people there are like you. So while you have been under the care of the MDs, your health has gone straight to hell in a handbasket, and the MDs say, well, this is just life. You're lucky that we're here, because if we weren't here, you'd be dead or whatever. And it's not true.
It's just like I'm 76 and think, oh, well, she's had her better years.
Yeah. And when in point of you, and you are, I mean, look at Dr. Wallach. He's 75.
Is he really?
Yeah. 75. Oh. He gives, 3 to 4 4-hour lectures a night on his feet. Mm-hmm. He spends most of his time on, American Airlines or whatever airline he flies. Yes. 300 lectures a year at 75 years of age, and I have trouble keeping up with him.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, well, that is the manifestation of an entire life on mineral and vitamin and nutritional support.
Yes, Yeah.
Wallach's been taking this stuff his entire life. He figured this out when he was a teenager on a farm. He started taking the minerals that they gave to the animals. And,
Really?
So, yeah. You need to read his autobiography. It's fascinating.
Yes, I've got to get that. I'm just new, and I'm trying to do. There's so many. It's just mind-boggling.
I know it's overwhelming
Oh,
at first. I'm glad that you called because I can dial this right in for you. What's your current body weight?
I'm just afraid you asked that. It's around 140-ish.
All right. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8.5".
Well, then you're good. That's a good.
That helps a little.
Okay, good. All right. So here's what I would recommend you do every month for 6 months. Okay.
Now, see, I started on your Healthy Digestive Pack. I have all that. Is that a good beginning?
All right. So currently you're doing the Healthy Digestion Pack, yeah?
Yeah, for 3 weeks I've been on that.
Okay.
And
So
the
you should be coming up to the end of that. So here's what I
Right.
want you to get with your next order. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Please, I would like you to do one Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. And
Okay.
it's a ponderously long name. Healthy Body Start Pack
Yeah.
2.0 liquid. Okay. I'd like you please to do one of those a month. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month. SELEN like Nancy IUM. 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month.
Okay. I am on that now also.
3 bottles a month?
No, I'm sorry. It's the 90
okay.
caps, one 3 times a day. Is what I
Yeah,
take.
so you need more than that,
Do I?
considering your health history. And this is an important point here, Marilyn. This is an important point. We not only need to give you the right stuff, but we need to give you the right amount, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because if we got a fire in the backyard, I can go and try to put it out with a squirt gun that has water in it, but it would probably be better to turn a hose on it rather than use a squirt gun. They both use water, but one's going to be better, right? So,
Well, I'm so sensitive. I kind of started easy on it. The only problem I have with this program is a little bit of constipation, and I'm
okay.
trying to.
All right, good.
Right.
So the reason that happens is because you also need to stop eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats.
Oh yeah, I've stopped that for 3 weeks now.
All right, well, you need to maintain that discipline for the rest of your life.
Right.
That stuff
Right.
is all right. Now, so if you're getting any type of a digestive disturbance from this program, then you need to dilute the Beyond Tangy Tangerine
Okay.
in more water and drink it more slowly.
Okay, I take 3 scoops daily of that, but I should add more water probably, right?
And you want to, if you're doing that, if you're putting 3 scoops, I would use no less than 30 ounces of water.
Oh, really? Okay.
And you want to sip from that son of a gun all day long.
Right. Okay.
Don't just pound it down in the morning. But I'm not done with my list yet, okay?
Okay.
So it's 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid per month, 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per month, 1 bottle of Glucogel 240 count capsules, 1 bottle of Glucogel at the 240 count per month capsules, and 1 bottle of Glucogel at the 120 count. So
I don't
you're
understand
going
that, Doc.
Yeah, well, the company has Glucogel capsules, and they have them in 2 different size bottles.
Oh, I see.
One of the bottles has 240 caps in it, and the other bottle has 120 caps in it.
Okay.
I want you please to do 1 of each.
All right.
Okay? So that's going to be a total of 360 capsules a month.
Okay.
I want you to do 12 a day. 4, 4, and 4. 4 capsules of Glucogel 3 times a day.
Okay.
Okay. Now, last but not least, I'd like you please to add 2 bottles. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per month, 1 bottle of
All right.
plant-derived minerals per month, and 1 bottle of Cal Toddy. Now, Cal Toddy is another liquid calcium. It's made by a subsidiary of Youngevity called SuperLife. It's in your back office. You have to look under the SuperLife brand of products in the drop-down box. SuperLife Cal Toddy. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I'd like you please to mix 1 ounce a half an ounce of the Cal Toddy with a half an ounce of the Beyond Osteo FX liquid calcium, which comes as part of the Healthy Pack, a half an ounce of each, and 1 ounce of orange juice, the first thing in the morning when you wake up and immediately before bed.
Bedtime, okay.
Okay?
Is that going to help me with my sleep, Doc?
You're going to sleep like a baby.
Yep, I've been on this other 3 tablespoons at bedtime, and I only get.
Is it the powdered calcium?
No, it's
liquid.
And I only get 4, lucky 5 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, all right. So you're falling asleep okay, but you're waking up in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
All right, that's a different issue. That's a blood sugar issue. And has anyone told you that you have pre-type 2 diabetes or that you have insulin resistance syndrome or anything?
No, and I've had a lot of blood tests done. And,
okay, do you get sleepy after you eat lunch?
No. In fact, since I'm on this, I feel a little, not antsy, but I feel, I have more energy, but I'm a little...
okay, so here's what I'd like you to do as an experiment for 7 days in a row. Okay. After 6 p.m. for 7 days in a row, I don't want you to have anything that has sugar in it or anything that your body converts to sugar. So no vegetables, no fruit, no carbohydrates, no potato, no rice. For 7 days in a row, after 6 p.m., I just want you to eat protein. That's it. Or fat. You can have a little bit of, cheese or
I
yogurt.
Eat early, and then I don't eat anything, kind of my acid reflux, after.
Well, the acid reflux is going to go away. You need to start, get some Himalayan salt or some Celtic sea salt that has iodine added to it and salt your food like your life depended on it. Overdo it with salt.
That's something I was always told, don't go on your blood pressure, don't do it.
Yeah, I know, and who told you to do that? Your MD, right? Marilyn, we're out of time. Follow this advice for 4 weeks. Give me a call back. I'll look forward to it. Al from Maryland is up next. Hey, Al, thanks for the call. You are live.
How are you?
Hey, Al, I'm pretty good, man. God willing, I'll get better. What's happening in Maryland?
Well, I guess to make a long story short, I've been following Dr. Joe Wallach and listening to all of your radio programs and so forth. So I haven't gotten started as of yet. I just spoke to one of your team members, Rhett, the other day, and I guess what I'm dealing with here is, I have massive swelling, and because of that, I create a heart condition was created. I guess congestive heart failure. But years ago, the doctors, I say about 2007. They could not figure out why I was swelling. They said it was mostly fluid. And then, it went that I had 100 pounds of fluid to hundreds of pounds of fluid. Well, it caused my whole lifestyle to change. As I grew, I stopped leaving the house. So technically, other than a few emergency visits, I've been in the house since 2007.
Well, that sucks.
I did do last year. I had palpitations, so I was sent out to a major university hospital. I stayed there for 2 months. I begged them to have anybody see my swelling. That was the most obvious thing. They handled the heart. Through the medications at me and so forth, they got that under control. And then because I swelled so much in the hospital, because they said I was a fall risk, I had trouble walking, so I had to go to a rehabilitation clinic. I've done everything behind closed doors because I did not have adequate insurance for years until just in the last 3 years. So I guess I was kind of behind the teens medicating myself. My family didn't understand my swelling. I went, I'd say about 6 months ago, totally vegan, even trying to wonder why I had so much fluid on me. And now it's to the point where it went from pitting edema to just hard as a rock, and it tries to get everywhere.
Well,
now,
all right. Right. So I'm glad that you called. I'm glad that you found us. You are a complete and total, utter victim of the MDs because you've been dealing with a very serious condition for a very long time. They have absolutely, positively no idea what to do to help you. And so every time you reluctantly show up at their offices again, they're kind of shunning you away because they don't know what the hell to do, and you have been let down. You've been let down hard. Now, I wish I had a time machine, man, because we could go back in time and we could fix this so you could have a normal life. We have to move from where we're at right now. We have to move forward, and we have to grab this baby by the horns and ride it. So you need to listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you. We're coming up against a hard break. On the other side of the commercial break, I'm going to dial this in specifically for you. So have a pen and paper, something to write on when we come back, because I'm going to rocket through this stuff, and I want you to follow my advice for the next 3 months. Call me back every 5 weeks with a report, and you're going to be the poster child for remarkable recovery with medical nutrition. I'm so glad that you called Al. Stick around. More when we come back, folks. Welcome back, Jack and Jill and everyone else in the listening audience. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. I bring 25 years of clinical experience in the application, with the application of naturopathic therapeutics to the fore here. I have a quarter of a century of experience in the clinical application of medical therapeutics condoned by the naturopathic medical profession. I know of which I speak, and not a lot of naturopaths in the world have this much as much of a track record as I do. I've learned from some of the best in the industry, and this is what we talk about here. Science-based, clinically verified stuff, not theoretical nonsense. And this is the problem with medicine, especially alternative holistic medicine, because there aren't that many licensed, regulated physicians who actually have been doing it long enough to actually see what works and then can tell you. Like with Mercola, right? Dr. Mercola's website. It's flavor of the month. Every month it's a new thing. Oh, the next best thing, right? It's nonsense. It's not the next best thing. It's the next thing to sell, to get people into whatever. I don't do that. If I tell you to do something, it's because I've seen it work over and over and over and over again, and I understand the biological, biochemical mechanism, either definitively or presumptively. We have a handle on it. So you can count on me to give you advice about pragmatic advice about stuff that actually works, rather than sending you off on this goose chase or that goose chase just to sell more product. I do not do that. We're going to talk to Gary in Illinois, going to finish it up with Al in Maryland, who has just been devastated by MDs. And you know why? Because he lives in a state, the initials of which are MD. Al, are you still with me?
Yes.
All right. So what's your current body weight?
I think I'm in the 600s.
Yeah, you're a big boy. Okay.
Yeah, I was 770 last year.
Yeah.
I came down.
All right. So here you go, man. Now listen. The stuff that we recommend is dosed based on body weight. If you can't afford the 600-pound dose, get the 500-pound dose, or the 400-pound dose, or the 300-pound dose, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? So you need to take something, even if it's not the full 600-pound dose. So what I'm about to tell you is based on 100 pounds per body weight per month. So you have to get with the person who invited you to Youngevity and figure out how much 6 of those or 5 of those or 4, 3, 2, or 1 of those are going to cost. Get the one that you can afford and start it immediately. Does that make sense?
Makes 100% sense.
All right, brother. So here we go. So number 1, you have to stop eating 10 foods. There are 10 foods I don't even want you to look at. And you can get that list for free on my website, drgliden.com, drglidden.com. On the front page of my website, off to the right-hand side, there's a place to sign up for my newsletter. It's free.
I signed up. I have that list.
All right, awesome. So stop eating those foods. Get some sea salt or Himalayan salt that has iodine in it, and start using salt on your food liberally. I know the MDs told you to do exactly the opposite. I want you to do
it. They did because of the hormone. I guess
Yeah, look, they're wrong and I'm right. So pay attention to me and not to them. All right?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So here's what I want you to do for every month for the next 3 months, as much as you can afford. Per 100 pounds of body weight per month, the recommendation is 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. It's a stupidly long name. You need 1 of those per 100 pounds per month. So in a perfect world, you do 6 of those a month.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, now, the second thing is 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds per month.
1 bottle. Okay.
Third thing is 4 bottles of selenium per month, regardless of your body weight. 4 bottles of selenium per month. I just want you to take that. If you can't afford that, do 3, 2, or 1. I want you to at least do 1 bottle of selenium a month, okay?
Okay.
And last but not least, 1 bottle of de-stress. 1 bottle of de-stress per 200 pounds of body weight per month. So in a perfect world, you do 3 of those per month. That's all I want you to start with for the next 3 months. And I want you to call me back and give me a report. Now, starting on the 5th week, and so you do this stuff for 4 weeks, and then for 3 days in a row, I want you to do a brand new program that Youngevity has just acquired. It's called the Suero Cleanse. You spell that S-U-E-R-O. Suero Cleanse. I want you to do the Suero Gold product. I'd like you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bottles a day of the Suero Gold for 3 days in a row. And when you do the Suero Gold, you are not to eat any food on those 3 days.
Wow. All right.
No solid food. I want you to continue to take the Youngevity stuff, the Beyond Tangy and everything else. But I don't want you to eat any food on those 3 days, and I just want you to do 6 bottles of Suero Gold a day for 3 days in a row. On the 4th day, you go back to eating normally and, go through your business. All right?
All right.
Now, I want you to call me anytime after you've done the Suero Gold 3-day thing. So that's going to be like, you do the program that I just lined up for you for 4 weeks, and then you do the Suero Gold for 3 days, and then you call me and tell me what happened.
Okay.
All right? Now, this program should be 100% side effect free. It should not give you constipation, gas, diarrhea, make you grow an 11th finger. There should be 0 side effects, right? So if you get any side effects whatsoever, you need to get in touch with the person who brought you into Youngevity, and they'll help you sort it out If they cannot help you sort it out, you call me back on the radio, because we need to dial this in for you in a way which is effective, and expect to be peeing like a racehorse, okay? Expect
I would love that.
to be peeing like... Now, are you urinating every day, or is that problematic?
It's problematic. They have me on 2 different diuretics.
Yeah, well, the problem that the diuretics... A diuretic should make anybody pee like a racehorse. When a diuretic fails, it's because you're not absorbing it. Well, why aren't you absorbing it?
I am peeing when I take, but it stops at a certain. I got to keep going up and up for it to continuously give me the same flow. But after that, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I get it, man, and that is a drop dead diagnostic indication that you have an absorption issue. This is the same thing that killed Michael Jackson, by the way.
Wow.
The reason that Michael Jackson was in pain for so long was because he was a vegan and he was eating all this crappy food and his body was completely nutritionally deficient. By the way, being a vegan was the worst flipping thing you could have done. That's
Really?
bad, man. That is a bad thing to do. You need to stop that. Look, the only thing that I want you to stop eating is the 10 bad foods. Notwithstanding the 10 bad foods, you can eat anything that you want, and you want to follow your body's lead. You need to be eating eggs. You need to be eating butter. You need to be eating some type of healthy fat in your body every day, man.
It's desperation and trying to find solutions.
Well, I get it. It's not your fault. I mean, man, I applaud you for trying to do something.
I'm not going to die behind these closed doors. I tell you that.
I get it.
I'm proactive.
Yeah, well, thank God you found us, because if this doesn't work, I'll eat my damn hat. No kidding. So, and I am serious as a heart attack. Now, so there's one more thing I want you to do, given the kidney situation here. Okay, I want you to do 1 bottle of digestive enzymes per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and I want you to do 2 bottles a month of Ultimate Daily Capsules. 2 bottles a month of Ultimate Daily Capsules. Okay? Now, and then you call me back after the Suero cleanse with a report, and I want specific numbers, like I lost 1 million pounds. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I want you to keep close watch on this, and feel free to call me between now and then if the you-know-what hits the fan. Remember, this program should be 100% side effect free. The only food I want you to not eat is the wheat, barley, rye, and oats. You need to be eating food that has good, healthy fat in it. God bless you. Glad that you found us, Al. Call me back, and I am going to be looking forward to this with full attention. So promise that you'll call me back, and I'll look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Yeah, I promise. What was the last one? You said 2 bottles of what?
Ultimate Daily Capsules.
Ultimate Daily Capsules. Okay.
Okay.
You got it,
just
Doctor.
Just two of those.
Right.
Okay. Not per 100 pounds, just 2 a month.
Got it.
All right, brother. Good luck. I have to move on. I appreciate your trust very much, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the future. Can you believe it? Complete and utter total failure of conventional medicine. Nobody's wrist gets slapped. Nobody gets penalized. Nobody's chief medical officer says, man, oh man, doc, you suck. You should have helped that guy, Al. You had nothing for him, and you treated him like crap when he came here. You should be ashamed of yourself. Nobody says that to the doctor, but they make Al feel it. What, does he have, the water retention gene? No. Al doesn't have a bad gene. He's got a bad doctor. Quite frankly, he's got a bad team of doctors, and we should ship them all to a desert island inhabited by rabid dogs and then film it and charge people pay-per-view event to watch the rabid dogs chase the MDs around the island, and then take all the money we get from that pay-per-view and give it for actual, legitimate, moving ahead, let's help humanity, medical, nutrition, research that is not corrupted by the almighty pharmaceutical dollar. Let's go to Gary. Hey, Gary, thanks for waiting. You are live.
Hello, I'm calling for my wife, Debbie.
Okay.
And brief history is probably 7 years ago or so, she was drinking Coke and had a hiatal hernia.
Ouch. All right, hold on, Gary. I was not paying attention to the clock. We're up against a hard break. I'm finishing out the show with you when we come back. Stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, much more to come. I am Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health, talking to Gary from Illinois. I have a story to tell Gary. Hey, Gary, you still with me?
Yeah.
All right. So your wife has diagnosed underactive thyroid?
It's high.
Oh, it's overactive, hyperthyroid.
I think
Okay.
it's like
all right. How long has that been going on?
Well, 5 years ago she had, or maybe 6, she had her gallbladder out, and then she had, 5 years ago she had atrial fib. Had that 2 or 3 times since, and they got her on a bunch of medicine. So 5 years ago her T4 was 1.23, and then about 3 or 4 months ago it was 1.75, and then just 9/3 of this year was 1.76. And so the nurse practitioner said she thought she felt nodules on her thyroid and wanted her to do a scan. She asked her if she could do nutrition to maybe fix it, and she said it's too late for that. And so
well, all right. So the nurse should be sent to jail because the nurse doesn't have any training or clinical experience with medical nutrition. So what the nurse should have said is, I have no training and no clinical experience with medical nutrition. I have no idea whether or not that can help you, rather than, no, you're too far gone. I mean, that's criminally negligent as far as I'm concerned. It's a good thing I'm not a lawyer in this lifetime, because I would be suing medical doctors. It would be like shooting fish in a barrel. Now, it might be too late for medical nutrition, might not be. But the nurse has no clue, and she should not.
They did a scan Monday, and they come back today at normal thyroid.
Yeah. Okay. So the what was the diagnostic thing that was done that came back normal? Was it a CT scan?
It was where they take the radioactive pill, and then they scan your thyroid and your legs and stuff. And
yeah. Okay. So which was the first thing, Gary, with your wife? Was it the gallbladder issue or the AFib that was the issue?
The gallbladder. And then
that would make sense to me. Did they do the ablation for the AFib and give her a pacemaker?
No, they got her on flecainide acetate, 50 milligram twice a day.
Yeah, but did they remove the gallbladder?
Yes.
Okay. So from our point of view, gallbladder issues are caused by deficiencies in the trace mineral selenium, mostly a funky liver, dehydration, chronic consumption of all the wrong food, and a general lack of gallbladder nutrients. Right?
I mean, if you had a fatty liver. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So So that's what. So those are like two arms of the same octopus, right? A fatty liver and a gallbladder go hand in hand. So why does the liver get fatty? Because the body has run out of the nutrients necessary to make new liver cells. The liver can regenerate itself completely. You can remove over 70% of it surgically and it'll grow back. It's the only organ that'll do that. So the liver is trying to regenerate itself all of the time. But when it doesn't have the raw materials necessary, it puts fat in place of new liver cells, and that's how you get a fatty liver, presumptively. This is our understanding of it. So her body's been undernutrified for a long time. Atrial fibrillation, we believe, is directly related not to the heart at all, but to the intervertebral discs in her back, because the nerves that make the heart beat come out of the spine, the spinal cord, and go to the heart. If the little pillow, the intervertebral disc, which acts as a cushion, at that part of her back is not cushy enough, she'll cough or sneeze or bend over inappropriately, and it'll tweak the nerve, and then her heart starts beating rapidly or erratically, and that's a problem. It's not the heart that's the problem. It's the spinal cord that's the problem. Not the spinal cord, it's the back. She probably has degenerative disc disease. And, thyroid funkiness, it's nutrient deficiencies. So the recommendation here, in order to give her all-around support, would be one Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. The Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, one of those per month. 1 bottle per 100 pounds per month. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds per month. 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And Glucogel, the Glucogel capsules. 1 capsule of Glucogel per 10 pounds of body weight per day. So if she's 200 pounds, she needs 20 a day. You need to figure out how many bottles to buy to hit that number. On top of that, 1 extra bottle of calcium. I prefer the Superlife Cal Toddy. So 1 extra bottle of calcium per month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. And that's what I would do for 90 days. Look to see how she fares with that, and have her feel free to have her call me back with any questions as she goes down the road. I'll look forward to helping her move it along. I appreciate your patience and your question and your trust. Ladies and gentlemen,
Also, can I ask something else?
we are flat out of time, Gary. I wish you could, but the old clock is ticking.